Brian, how pleased are you with the manner of that performance tonight?
It was clinical, and the further the game went, the better we got. I didn't think we were that far out in front of Warrington for the first stage. And at half time we weren't, there wasn't much in it at all. But then Warrington gave us some possession. They dropped some ball, and I won't say that made it easy for us, because then we've got to be good with the ball. You can give a team as much possession if you want, but then the task is for us to do something with the ball, and we did, and that's where we need to take a lot of credit for the second half. But I'm just mindful we're playing a team who's not where we know they could be. They're having a tough season. We went through that last year, so we'll judge it accordingly. Really pleased not to have a try scored against us, but at the same time we beat a team that's lacking confidence and not as good as they can be.
Nevertheless, the manner of some of the tries, particularly in the second half, must be particularly pleasing for you.
Yeah.
Matt Parcell got a hat-trick tonight. How did you think he went on?
Yeah, he's been good for us since he came here. He hadn't had the pre-season with us, so we're that round 15, was it? So it takes us is it? Anybody? Round 15. So it takes us a bit getting used to each other. But there's still some improvement in him. In the first half especially, I didn't think we were crash shot, and what I'm trying to get across here is, I didn't think we were brilliant, and we unpicked a very, very good team. That's on the money. It was we had to do a lot to break them down. We unpicked a team that can play a lot better than that, and dropped a lot of ball and gave us a lot of possession. So I am pleased, and again with a nil. But people like Parcell will enjoy moments like that. I thought Rob Burrow, when he went on, was very influential as well. He posed a massive threat for us.
You did have to do a lot of defending in the first 10 minutes, certainly, and your line defence came out really strong. How pleased were you with that period of the game, the fact you managed to weather that early storm?
Well, it gave us a platform for sure. It certainly gave us a platform, and Warrington can score tries. Even if they're lacking confidence, they can come up with a play, and they didn't look as half as threatening as we know they could do. But we actually used a lot of energy in that first half as well, in defence. So if there's anything that you want to talk about, why did we win? I'd say it was to do with that first stage of goal line defence, that we just kept on repelling what they threw at us, and then on top of that we were good with the ball as well.
Ashton Golding went off injured. What's the injury and how is it?
Hammy. He's a hammy strain, and let's hope it's just a couple of weeks. But yeah, it's a shame.
You had a shuffle after that with Mill going into the centre, Sutcliffe went to full back. How do you feel you adapted to that situation?
They adapted really well. Sutty's played a lot of full back for us, and the try that he scored to our right hand side in the first half, it takes a bit, It kept Atkins guessing with the way he carried the ball. So little bits that full backs have got to develop, and the fact that Sutty's played a lot of six, played a lot of standoff, it helps him when he goes to full back at times.
How pleased are you with Tom Briscoe tonight? Because obviously had a difficult week last week. You showed confidence and faith in him, and he more than repaid it.
Yeah, he very strong. He was really strong, and some of Tom's work and some of Ryan Hall's work is almost mule work at the back. They've got to carry the ball, make some metres, and give us a lot of momentum to start sets with. But it was a difficult week for Tom last week, and for him to respond like that. He's a mentally strong bloke, Tom. He's probably not the most animated bloke you've ever spoke to in your life, but he has got a strong opinion in there, and I knew he was going to be good tonight.
Was that a tough decision for you to keep him in the team, Brian?
If you know them, if I don't know them, it would be tough, because I'd guess in the only tough parts is if you don't know what's going to happen. But I know there would have been a reaction. Tom's task is to continue doing that.
What's your thoughts on JJ being tonight, Brian?
I just like him. He's a really tough competitor. If you could just get an ounce of the competitor that's in Jonesy and spread it amongst some juniors, you'd have some fantastic rugby league players. And some of our juniors come through the ranks, come through the gates at Kirkstone, and they've got a bit of bite between the teeth, and they want to have a crack and they want to work hard. And then some juniors come through, they've got the thighs look fantastic and the biceps look all right, and maybe the passing and stepping and Jenkins like nothing you've ever seen, but they don't want to work hard. And it's hard to connect with some juniors like that. So people like Jamie Jones, you know, we'd want to clone him and put some in, because he's the ultimate competitor. He's a tough man, and he, in a weird way, I think he's got better playing rugby league as he's got older. Now, he's always been a tireless worker. He's been more of an athlete, I suppose. He's not as fast as he used to be, but you know, he used to be a bit of head down, backside up, carrying the ball, making meters. He's got a bit of ball playing him nowadays.
Is that form he showed tonight as good as you've seen him play?
Well, just one singular performance against a team that's, you know, probably struggling. I won't get carried away with it. It's his work ethic, which I really, really like. But he has got some ball play in him, and I think he's been great so far this year.
How's Brett Delaney?
Twisted his knee just on the way down there. Bit of an unfortunate contact. I don't think it was anything from Warrington. I don't think Warrington did anything untoward there.
You must be delighted, Brian, with the form of Rob Burrow and Danny Maguire. I mean, so many years they've been playing, and yet in a game like tonight, they're still producing.
Yeah, you're right, Ray. And do you know what? For those two who have done so much, I really like them as blokes. Their humility when they win a game. You know, they're not winking at people. They're not winking at cameras. They're just pros.
Yeah.
And you know, I think both of them won 7 grand finals. I think.
How long do you think they've been winning?
I don't know. I keep watching them, see if they're going to slow down. But Rob shows no sign of slowing down there. But who they are as people is probably the most important thing for them. And Magsy's playing a different game to what he's playing when he was 21, 22. But very, very effective for us, and really marshalled a team that had a disappointing loss last week. And there would have been some pressure on the players tonight to perform tonight and look good, and we did that. But you know, they're good eggs, both of them, and that's part of why they're good players as well.
Liam Sutcliffe seemed to have a lot of success with the ball when he was carrying the ball. Has that been something that he's been developing in his game, making the busts and making more metres from that?
It's something he needed to be better at. Yeah, I think sometimes when Sutty played 6, he got a bit stuttery with the ball, almost like he's got dartitis. Sometimes he caught between passing and running and never really did anything. So I think the spell that he's had at fullback through last year, the spell that he's had at centre, has given him a bit of a reminder of why he's on the field. And he's not just an athlete, Sutty. I've always said this since he came. He's got a lot of inbuilt composure. Makes a break and doesn't flap. You know, he normally selects the right option. So he's getting his running game back.
He's a very good player, Brian. What do you see his best position as?
Don't know. I don't know. I think at the moment he's been very good for us as a left centre there. He can play fullback and does it really well. And then, as we know, he's had a fantastic run as a standoff through 2015 and played a lot of games at standoff in 2016. So, what he is a good player. I know it sounds a bit simple, that he's a good player, and normally good players find their way into the 17. And he wants to play 6, but he'll play anywhere as well. He's a team fella.